Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and we're talking about the Big Top Tournament final round, the first 9 holes of the rookie division. So first of all, congrats for making it to the final round. I'm glad you're here with me. On this video, you're going to see replays that add up to a minus 16 front 9. So I've got a lot of really good looks for you. And I do believe that most of this is going to be, duplicatable, because there's a lot of good lines and the shots are dropping as long as we hit perfect and we adjust correctly. So real quick before I get started, if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome. Obviously, it's free to be a subscriber. Secondly, if everybody could take a moment and give the video a thumbs up before you leave and shoot your round, that would be super sweet too. Hole number 1, I have 2 different ways to show you how to play. The first one is going to be the way we played all tournament. Full top, 1 bar of side spin to the left. We're doing the rough bump rollout, as you can see here. Just like that, our yellow ring tucked nicely into that corner pocket of the fairway. Second bounce in the rough. We pulled this one 10% at max. And we hit perfect. And we just use the rough, like I said again, to roll out onto the second fairway. So when we execute our drive, we're going to have a really nice shot to drop this on number 2, in which we play minus 10% at max here. We're using our wedge. We're going to go with the backspin approach with the ball guideline through the hole. Just like that, okay? Then we pull this one minus 10% at max. Perfect ball, and this ball's going to land very nicely into the hole. Easy stuff. Now, we go into this one, and, we're getting a very, very nice wind angle here. We're going to be getting tailwind, and then we're getting the crosswind blowing from left to right. That's best case scenario to try to drive the green, and it is pretty easy to drive the green as long as you play this one correctly. We're going to go 5.1 bars of top spin, and then 2 bars of side spin to the right. So there's our spin, and then I'm stretching my club out, as you'll see here, to make sure I can get onto the green. And I like that spot right there. That's where I want to be. So that's where I'm going to start to adjust my zone from. Here we make our wind adjustment. And then we turn this around and we push it back up to max. Now we're going to take a little bit of an overpowered shot. Now this is not full OP. It's close. We're doing overpower combined with a little bit of curl to the right. You see here we hit the fairway. We come in very nicely up this hill, down the slope. Let's get this ball in the hole. Now that would be pretty sweet if it did, but we cannot complain about putting in for an eagle right there on hole number 1. Hole number 2 is a little bit silly. I'm not a fan of this hole. I tried to play the rough bump, could not find a consistent line. So at the end of the day, I'm going Quasar, 2 bars of backspin, 2 bars of side spin to the right. Here you're going to notice a very, very big offset. Also take a look at our yellow ring here. Yellow ring on the rough line. Look at this ball guideline here. We're playing 1 vertical square row over from the pin or from the cup. And then I'm basically playing right there in the middle of that light green square, which is 4 green squares short of the pin. Here you're going to notice, we make our wind adjustment. Pretty simple. We hit a perfect ball, but you're going to notice that even with a significant offset, this ball is still missing to the left-hand side. So, we could try to move our target over even more to the right, which is probably what we need to do. But the issue with that is if you hit a great right, you're probably going to stick this ball in the rough or the sand. So, hole number 2 is up to you. If you really want to gamble and try to pick up that hole in one, you're going to need to move the offset more to the right, or you're going to need to use a katana and utilize the side spin to the right with that one. But that's a more powerful ball, is more side spin. You'll have to take a couple shots of practice and figure out, how much side spin you need to use. But then obviously I would use my exact same landing spot. All right. Or you might just take it for a birdie and then try to drop the rest of these. Hole number 3, we're going to go with the Kingmaker. We're doing that because we're getting headwind. Obviously, if you wanted to make this drive easier, you could use yourself a power 4 or a power 5 ball. The higher the ball power, the higher the wind resistance, the better that you are. But obviously, rookie, I go all free to play balls. And with this one, we're going to go with, again, almost full OP. This is full curl to the left. Here we're trying to hit perfect, or great left is okay too. We definitely don't want a great right shot. If you're playing with higher level clubs, like an extra mile 9, you do not want to go full topspin because you don't want to accidentally stick yourself in that rough up there. This 388 yards, this is plenty of juice to get ourselves where we want to be for shot number 2. Shot number 2, max backspin, 1 bar, a side spin to the left. I'm trying to duplicate that landing spot that was working out for me in the previous round with my ball guideline bouncing, well, with that, the curvature of the ball guideline just to the right of the flagstick. Unfortunately here I'm pulling a little bit into overpower, so not the most perfect pull. So I'm using just a click of overpower here. Now I do hit a perfect ball. This ball does come in nicely, but unfortunately I don't catch the right part of the funnel, and I just miss this one to the left-hand side. So very, very close there on shot number 2, and I hope that you're able to get that one into the hole. All right, this is going to bring us into hole number 4. I have 2 different hole-in-ones to show you, one with 4 mile per hour wind, the other one with 3.5. But either way you go, I want you to play at 3.8 bars of topspin. I want your ball guideline to look like this. I want you to favor the left-hand side of the hole ever so slightly. We'll zoom in and get you that shot right there. Ball guideline looking nicely through the hole, but like I said, favoring the left-hand side. Here we make our pull. This is going to be 10% at mid. So basically 4 rings is going to be 4.0 wind is 3.9 rings. So remember, a power 1 ball, 10% at mid is your wind minus 0.1. So 4.0 wind is going to be 3.9 rings. Dead center, hole in 1. This next shot you're going to see is 3.5 miles per hour, so that means we're going to pull 3.4 rings. We're going to go with that same spin adjustment you see right there, about 3.8 top. Then here, again, we just find that landing spot, favoring the left-hand side of the cup. Boom, just like that. That's darn near identical to the first shot we took. Again, here we pull our rings. We take a perfect shot, and we stick this ball in the hole as well. All right. Hole number 5, we pick up the eagle here as well. Again, here we're going to go with the Kingmaker. We don't need a more powerful ball. We are getting some headwind, so the game gave us some headwind on the final round. Now, the thing I want you to notice here is going to be the spin adjustments. 1 bar of top spin is all that we need. 1 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. The game starts you off at the plus 16 if you have an extra mile 8, but we're going to back this up. We always back up first so that we can pull our rings accurately. We don't ever want to start at max and then pull our rings, because then we're pulling into overpower, and that's not accurate. We back up so that we can pull accurate, so that we don't have to use overpower in this situation. That's a little trick of the game. It's something I've been talking a lot more about, throughout my videos, especially in pro. But you see here we land very nicely. We don't need to push that drive for more power. This is all we need. We're going to play this one 15% at mid. I know we've been playing at 10% all tournament long. This is the first time we've really got a headwind angle with crosswind blowing away from the pin. So we are adding that little bit of extra elevation. At the end of the day, with the thorn, it's only going to be 0.1 to 0.2 decimals. But that typically is the difference from leaving a ball right at pin or getting this ball to fall into the hole like it does right here, which is going to be dead center. I did pick that one up on both of my accounts, so it was a very, very good shot. That's going to take us into hole number 6. Hole number 6, we're super close to that albatross. We're going to use a katana, 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. Same thing if you're using an extra mile 9. 6 top is what I want you to cap yourself at. You do not need to go full top. Here, I always find that sticky spot on the fairway, and then we just make our normal shot here. This is pretty simple. This one is very straightforward. Hard to mess up your drive here. This leaves us for shot number 2. I'm going to play at 0% at mid. I do want you to go 3 bars of side spin to the right combined with 1 bar of top spin. At this point, we need to find the correct landing position. I do believe that quite a few of you watching the video are going to albatross this hole, and then I would love to hear about it in the comments. Okay, so on my first attempt, I aimed high, pin high, okay? I did not have my ball guide line in the pin at all. I had the bottom of my ball guide line touching the top of the cup. I missed it high. Next attempt, I put my ball guide line below the hole. Okay, so the top of my ball guide line was below the hole. I missed it below the hole. So I thought, well, darn, this thing is playing true. I'm going to put my ball guide line dead center like this. And this is really the landing spot that you want. I'm going to back up here to kind of show you how wonky this thing can get. So you want to start moving your rings, I guess, towards a tree, in the right of the rough. Because when you move it in the right of the rough, the ball guide line becomes better. You see here now I'm moving to the right, and it becomes more developed and more concise. So remember here, I'm aiming dead center of the hole. Normal shot. And I still come in pin high. Now that's the highest I came in pin high. I want you to just maybe try to just put your ball guide line in the bottom of the cup. I don't know, what's going to work, but I do know that we're pretty darn close. But this is going to be hole number 7. This one I'm super frustrated with because I dropped it on this account and I missed it with a great ball on my other account for shot number 2, or else I could have had a huge, huge front 9. But that's all right. Again, we are using quite a few kingmakers here. I hate to do that. I really do. But we're getting a ton of headwind in the front 9. So, I'm always tell you, if you got good balls, kingmakers, berserkers, things like that, save them for tournaments because we can win them back by getting, a high standings. But here we hit a perfect ball. This was full OP. This was full curl to the right. And this is really a great landing spot. We don't want to go much higher up because it can give you a really weird shot to pin. But when we hit this one here, we're going to get a great line. Now, I'm 10% at minimum. I want you to keep in mind a great right or a great left. Your shot is going to look different, and you really need to judge where you're at on your own distance of your club, okay? For me, I'm at minimum distance. I'm going to go 1 bar of side spin to the left combined with 3 bars of backspin. Here you see I'm putting the ball guide line to the pin through the cup. We make our wind adjustment here. This 3.7 is a bit higher too on the high side when you're using a kingmaker in rookie. Not that it's high wind. I'm just saying for rookie division, it's on the higher of the scale. Perfect ball. This one is beautifully into the cup, hitting it for dead center for the eagle on hole number 7. All right. Hole number 8. This is the one that I wish I would have got, but I'm right here. We're going to swirl the cup, which means it's good for you. Bad for me because you're going to get to make the minor adjustment here. 3.1 bars of backspin combined with 1 bar of side spin to the right with the navigator. Take a look at the landing spot here. Look at this. So right there, that's a great look at where I'm aiming. Just like that. Just aiming to the left-hand side of the cup after the spin adjustments. So remember, I applied the spin first, and then I find the landing spot. Perfect ball. Look at this. Come on. Oh, it's so frustrating when you get that one. But hey, like I said, good for you, bad for me. Make that minor tweak. I just want you to move that over just a hair to the right-hand side, and we should be able to get that one in the cup. That's going to leave us here for shot number 1 on hole number 9. Now, I'm going with 2 bars of top spin combined with 2 bars of left side spin. 4.3, again, is on the higher scale of what we're going to get in rookie. I do believe that 2 bars of top spin is safe. But you may want to reduce it to 1.8, okay? Unless your wind is in the 2 or 3s, then keep it at 2. But if you're in the 4s, you might want to just put it at 1.8 top, 2 bars of side spin to the left, because you're going to see here that this wind gives me a good push. Also, notice that I'm backing my quarterback up. There is no plus yardage on my quarterback here at all. That's going to be very important to note. I'm just making sure that my ball guideline looks like that. Nowhere close to the rough. I am still pulling it at max. I'm pulling it at max because of the tailwind push. I'm being very careful here not to roll into the top of the fairway or the rough. Now, I do know if you want to be super duper aggressive, there is a shot to the left-hand side with max curl to the right. I'm not playing that shot. There's not going to be a lot of people who follow this are going to be able to execute that drive just because it's going to require some powerful clubs and a really good ball. But it does give you a good chance at an alba. Now, shot number 2 is going to be played, of course, 10% at max, and we're playing in between these trees. Real quick, please hit that thumbs up button. If you like my videos, it would be great if you're able to support my channel. If you want to become a member, that's awesome. Check out the description there. If you'd like to support via PayPal, show me some appreciation like you would your favorite waiter, waitress, or bartender. That's also much appreciated too. You see in my replays, I'm in practice mode a lot. That means I'm using Titans, Kingmakers, Berserkers, gems to buy practice tokens via, the hull explosions. All those PayPal donations that come through, they help me replenish that kind of stuff so I can continue to try to dial in shots. All right, now, here we go. We're going to go, 5-6 bars of topspin, 2 bars of side spin to the right. Don't forget to use your overpower here on this shot because remember, we need to do that on this rough bump. But the thing is, you don't want to use too much OP. This is perfect OP here. I made a very, very, very stupid mistake on one of my accounts, and I went max OP. I don't know what I was thinking. I was definitely sidetracked, and I ended up birding this hole because I went too far on one of my accounts. I'm so frustrated with it, but it is what it is. Either way here, you're putting in for an eagle or you're chipping in. All these replays add up to a minus 16. I hope you go out there and tear it up. Focus, hit perfect, and I do believe you're going to have a great round. And if you don't sweat it. It's just a game, and we'll be back to a tournament here in a week or two anyways. All right, everybody, I'm going to work on the back nine. Thanks for watching.